Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome to another bullet journal with me video / journal with me video. I am putting down my spreads for the month of April. I'm going to apologise in advance. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment and I'm a bit squeaky and a bit nasally with my voice, and I apologise for that, but yeah, so I'm just showing you everything I have with me to set up this spread, which is some sticker sheets that I've made myself for some art on Etsy. If you want me to release things like this, let me know in the comments down below, as well as some sticker paper. Then I also have this PET tape from the journal say with clouds and things on it. Then as usual I have a load of Tombow brush pens as well, just to sort of go with things. So the orange is 925, the brighter yellow is 991, then the darkest brown is 977, the lighter brown is 992, the two grey and grey bluey are N60 and N95, and the one I'm using for the second line highlight is 990. All of that will be in the description, I believe, so you can, you know, look it up and stuff like that. So I've just got started on the cover page. I've done a layering effect of two and the stickers I'm using for my lettering this month are from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use Tilly to save 10% and get some journaling stickers there as well. So I've already finished my cover page. So my cover page took me 3 minutes and 20 seconds to do. The full footage for this setup was about an hour and 20 minutes. So that's about how long the setup in total took me. So I just layered two of the papers for the cover page, then put some of the extra stickers on. I had lots of different varieties of the stickers. I had them in premium matte, transparent matte, and just removable matte, and I actually just used the removable matte ones in the end because they matched the papers the best, so that's kind of what I went with. Yeah, so I am on to my monthly spread now. So I've just put the papers in either corner and I am drawing in my calendar now. I don't follow why I do my lines in the way I do them, I just do. This spread took me 14 minutes and 55 seconds, which seems like quite a long time, but it worked for me. And basically what I'm doing now is just drawing in the grid. So each of these boxes are 6 squares by 6 squares, so they're like 3 by 3 centimeters, and I am working in a B6 journal. And then I've just got that space for decor around the edges as well. What I actually decide to do is I highlight the top boxes with one of my colours, and then I do every second highlights as well. And I actually love how this came together. It's not my usual style. The first January and February I did vertical monthlies, and then March I did a hexagonal one to go with my theme, and I loved that. And then I realised that I actually really like being able to see it in calendar view, so that's what I've done for April. I work in some like weird mixture between weekly cycles and months, so like actually to me April starts on the 31st of March and finishes on the 27th, but I still have the 28th, 29th and 30th on, and I've just realised I write the numbers in scripts, and I've written 13th for the 30th, but oh well. I was just debating whether to put some deco over the top there, but I didn't in the end. But this is me just writing in the numbers, which probably I should have sped up more than I did, but oh well. This is why the spread took me so long, because I second line highlighted everything and I wrote in the days of the week in script. Why I did that, I don't know. I wish I'd just done numbers. It works better in my brain with numbers than written numbers, but oh well, did what I did. So yeah, we still have about a minute of me working on this spread before we move on to the next spread, but the next spread has quite a lot on it and only a couple of minutes to talk about it, so I'm going to start talking about it. So my next spread is what I call my dashboard. and actually it's three things. So it's my currently, which I fill in on the first of the month, just as a little, oh my god, I forgot how much Nala got involved in this video. I filmed this a little while ago by the time I'm recording the voiceover. It is actually, I filmed this well into February, and it is now like early March. It's the 2nd March today, so in my head it's still like the February month, because these 2 days of March are February in my head. But Nala got really involved in this and another video. She was just really needy one day. So there was that. So now we are actually onto that dashboard. As I was saying, I do the currently. What I was actually trying to say is I normally do this on the 1st of the month, but actually for March I did it on the 2nd. I did it this morning. So the things I want to mark are currently are reading, watching, playing, feeling, loving, in the news, eating, drinking, crafting, and celebrating. So that's really cool. Then that's like the top half of the page. Then the bottom I split into like, so the currently has half a page, and the other 2 things have a quarter of a page. Look at Nala, is she not just the cutest? And I do a task list / brain dump and a sales tracker. So for my sales tracker, I just drew a rainbow in, and we'll deal with that. And my task list, I just did some every second line highlights. I don't tend to keep very much on my brain dump task list. It tends to go into my goals and my action steps and stuff closer to the month. So yeah, so I just keep my brain dump a little bit short, and it's for anything I think of during the month as well, but I don't tend to think of things that don't need doing immediately, so they tend to just go on my daily list instead of anywhere else. But that is what it is. Look at Nala being so cute and needy. So I use the same paper everywhere on this page, the like that one with the rainbow stripes on, like the, you know what I'm trying to say, I think. And then just use the titles to split up the page, as well as the every second line highlight. And then I've just added some stickers in for decor, which is basically the theme of this setup, is adding decor for in any space we can. I chose to use, with the Scrabble tiles, I chose to use a typewriter font that I wrote myself for any extra writing. It's not my favourite thing in the world, but it'll do. By the way, if you don't know, the reason I'm using a baby themed stuff is my baby is due on the 5th of April. We are obviously beginning of March when I'm recording this voiceover, so don't know whether they'll be early, late, any of that. But whatever happens, April is going to be a very baby heavy month. I'm fully expecting baby to be late and to be born on my birthday, because my birthday is the 13th of April, which would make baby about 8 days late, which, yeah, just seems about my luck and about right. I don't know. My oldest nephew was nearly 2 weeks late, and my younger nephew was just under a week late. Like, I think my sister was due on the Sunday and he was born on the Thursday very early in the morning. So yeah, like, it's not I'm expecting late. This dashboard spread took me 12.5 minutes to set up, and now we are moving on to my mood and habit trackers. I decided to combine these into one page. So what I do for my mood tracker is, I'm going to use this same paper twice for my titles to split the page up. So my mood tracker is, I have drawn in rainbows, and I will colour a bit of the rainbow based on my mood, and I have used 7 moods, and I've gone exhausted, sad, stressed, okay, happy, fearful and angry, and I will actually put those in on a little tip-in. Same for my key for my habit tracker. So my habit tracker is being done the same way as I have been doing all through this bullet journal, which is basically I do 3x3 square for every day, and then each part of the square, each like dot, like each square is the 3x3 square has a habit attached to it. And I change what my habits are month to month, so I don't know what they will be yet, but it means I get to track 9 habits in not a lot of space, and I just find it really good for patterns, both in patterns of which goals, which habits I manage to do and don't do, and also in patterns of like if a certain day I don't do X or Y, or if a certain day I do barely any habits, stuff like that. Honestly, like February is just over when I'm recording this voiceover. I did a bit shit in February on basically everything, other than we got further with the DIY than I kind of expected, but also not as far in some ways. I am getting really not stressed about the bathroom, but worried it's not going to be done before baby arrives, but it'll be what it is. So there's that. But we are getting there with, so we also needed to do up one of our other bedrooms, basically to put everything. It needed underfloor heating installing, and then at that point you might as well get a new carpet and paint, because you've ripped out your carpet and it never goes down back the same. And we'd had the ceilings replastered, so there was just like a lot of, yeah, so to put all of the stuff that was in the room that's going to be the nursery, we kind of had to do up that room. So today I finished painting the woodwork and my husband did the ceiling, so we've just got the walls and the doors to paint, so that's exciting. So we've gotten better with that than I thought we would, because me and my mum have been working on that while the boys have been working on the bathroom. But the bathroom is nearly ready to be basically made waterproof before the tiles go on, so that we can make it a wet room. Anyhow, this is not at all relevant to what's going on here, but yeah, so there's my little tip in that I made, and I can't remember where that card is from. She's now called Becca Hollins Arts, or Becca Hollins, I think it's Becca Hollins Designs. Anyway, it's from Becca, when she was one of her previous shop names, I can't remember which. So yeah, and now I am just going to draw in at that little habit table calendar. So yeah, other than the DIY, February was a bit of a rubbish month because I've just had illness after illness. Like, I had a gastroenteritis bug and was really, really poorly for like 4 days. So I was in a lot of pain on the Thursday and Friday, and I ended up taking the Friday off work because I was really struggling to walk, which I thought was pregnancy related, and then I started being sick. And I was like, oh, this is illness myalgia, not pregnancy. But yeah, so there was that. And then I've had 2 colds as well since then, and it's just like, being pregnant and getting a viral illness is so much worse than when you're not pregnant. So I just feel like February has not been a good month for getting shit done, and there's a lot of shit to get done, so I'm feeling a bit like overwhelmed by it. But oh well. Hopefully by the time you're seeing this video it's like the 21st of March, so hopefully like I've had a better March and things are going well. I do finish for maternity leave kind of next Friday, so next Friday, like, I've got 3 shifts in the hospital and then I have a half day of teaching. Anyway, the spread I'm setting up now, you didn't sign up for this like random live chat, but we're having it. And by the way, the mood and habit trackers took me 16 and a half minutes to set up. We are now setting up my silver lining spread, which took 9 minutes and 1 second for some reason, is what I've put. So I layered the papers in the top left and bottom right corners, and then I put one of the big clouds from the PET tape on, and then some deco in the end as well as the silver linings titles. And then I've just gone through and done an every second line highlight, which is actually what took the time of this spread, and I have sped that bit up even more than the rest of it, because you just don't need to watch me do every second line highlights at 4 times speed, so I've made it 7.5 times speed because it's not that interesting. So that's kind of it for this spread, and to be fair, we are about to move on to the next spread anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to add a few bits of deco, and this is basically somewhere I write 3 good things that have happened that day, or 3 silver linings basically. So for example, it could be things like, it can be like something really good that happened, like we got to see baby, or it could be something that like is quite mundane but felt like a good thing, like I stayed awake all day. You know. Then this page here is my goal tracker. In April I'm trying to pare things back a little bit. I know that I'm not going to be able to do things exactly when I want to do them, and my life is going to be a lot more like all over the place with a small child, like a newborn. So I've decided to just do the goal tracker, which you've previously seen called my action steps. So essentially this is going to have all of the different things I want to do for my goals in the month, and I will just like tick them off, sign them off when I'm done with that. So that's the kind of idea of that spread there, but you'll see I don't have my calendar or anything because I'm not going to schedule them out because life is unpredictable. So there's that. I've taken away quite a few spreads as well. I've got rid of my step tracker and my sleep tracker because, again, I fully expect them to be all over the place, and until I kind of know what baby is like, I don't see the point in like trying to track those things, because what's the point? This spread is also going to become redundant at some point during the month. So I have gestational diabetes, for those of you who haven't been here before, and that requires me to check my blood sugars first thing in the morning, which is called my fasting level, after an hour after breakfast, an hour after lunch, and an hour after dinner. And then I also have a column for notes. So I'm making a table basically to record those, and I've got every day of April in, but I mean, baby is not going to be allowed to go over 42 weeks, are they? Like, I'm going to be induced at 42 weeks, if not before. So, like, the latest I see baby, like, if I was induced from the 19th, the latest baby's going to arrive is, like, the 21st, isn't it, realistically? So, I doubt I'm going to need the majority of this tracker. I reckon I'm going to need about half of it, but I'm just going to leave the other half blank, or I'll cover it with some paper, being like, no longer diabetic, because hopefully as soon as my placenta has come out I will no longer be diabetic, which is fun and games. Oh dear. So yeah, that is what that spread is for. The reason I went for BM value and some of the phrasings I've used for these spreads is basically because I had those letters. I was running out of S's really strongly, so like it was quite difficult to come up with things. My BM tracker took me 9 minutes and a second, which is exactly the same as Silver Linings, interestingly. The goal tracker took 3 minutes and 17 seconds. I'm now on to my month in review spread, which took me 7 minutes and 20 seconds to set up. So I am just highlighting here the like top bit of my title, of each title, and then I am writing in the categories. So what I do for my month in review is I have wins, lessons next month, and then a little reviews area for goals, budget, habits and mood. So that's what I am writing in. It's like altered from a Jashi Corinne month in review. I find it really helpful. I do it at the end of the month. I don't fill it in as I go along. I do have a post-it on the next page, which is my memories page, where I can like scribble things down to allow me to like remember them. So if there's anything I want for my month in review, I would just put it on there. I haven't done February's memories page yet, and I'm not really feeling like I can be bothered with it, because I feel like there was barely any memories in February. I was just mostly just sick and stuff, and I'm like, blah. My month in review page took 7 minutes and 20 seconds, which is not too bad for a spread. As I say, this setup was relatively quick. I think when I have letters and I don't have to letter my own titles, it's quite a lot quicker. Plus having papers I think is a really helpful thing to get things moving a bit quicker as well. So I'm just adding a bit of decor onto my review page, and then we will go on to my memories spread as well. And that will be the last spread for this. Normally I'd have done my memories and my review the other way around, but I didn't. I'd put them in the wrong order when I was pulling out the letter stickers, and I just followed my letter sticker order rather than anything else. So yeah. So this is mostly a blank page that I will fill in as the month goes on, or at the end of the month, to put in any good things that happened that month, or memories of any sort, good or bad. I do just layer a bit of deco, and I do pull in a nice cloud from the PET tape as well, and that spread took me 2 minutes. I'm now going to have a little flick through in my own time and add some little bits of deco, and just add any finishing bits that I feel like are necessary, and then we'll do a final flip through of the spreads. and that will be a little bit slower so you can see them all now. In fact, it's in real time. So these are the spreads, so that's my cover page there. Then we have my monthly, which I think is stunning and I think it's going to be really, really functional. Then we have my dashboard and my mood and habits tracker. So actually this spread together looks like a really full-on dashboard and I really like it. Got the space for my silver linings. I've got rid of my self-compassion, but we've got goal tracker and my BM tracker, then my month in review and my memories. And that's it for this video. Comment, like down below, all that kind of jazz. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you next one. Bye!